The recent trends in managing satisfaction and morale. While achieving high level of job satisfaction and morale seems like a reasonable organizational goal, especially given their potential impact on organizational performance, from late 1980s through the mid 1990s, many major companies went through the periods of massive layoffs and cutbacks. AT&T, for example, uh, eliminated 40,000 jobs during this time. After a growth period in late 1990s, many companies have again begun to institute job cuts as a way to remain competitive in 2004. For instance, Kmart, Kodak, Boeing each had major job cuts. Not surprisingly, then satisfaction and morale plummeted in many companies. Workers feared their job security, and even those who kept their jobs were unhappy, feared those who kept their jobs were unhappy about their less fortunate colleagues and friends. As a result, then most workers today seem satisfied enough, but for the most part, this is due to the fact that they have a job. When the economy begins to grow again, their attitudes may become more negative and employers might again be forced to reinstate. They may reinstate the benefits programs that have recently been phased out. What is the motivation in workplace? Although job satisfaction and morale are important, employees' motivation is even more critical to a firm's success. As we saw earlier, that motivation is the part of the managerial functions of directing. Broadly defined, motivation is the set of forces that cause people to behave in certain ways. One worker may be motivated to work hard to produce as much as possible, whereas another may be motivated to do just enough to survive. Managers must understand the differences in behavior and reasons for them. Over the years, a steady progression of the theories and the studies has attempted to address these issues. We survey the major studies and theories of the employee's motivation. In particular, we focus three approaches to human relations in the workplace that reflect a basic uh, chronology of thinking in the areas. Well, number one is that of classical theory and scientific management. Number two is that of behavior theory. And number three is that of contemporary and motivational theories. Let's talk about the classical theory. According to the so called classical theory of motivation, workers are motivated solely by money. Well, in his seminal 1911 book, The Principles of Scientific Management, industrial engineer Frederick Taylor proposed a way for both companies and workers to benefit from his widely accepted view of life in the workplace. If workers are motivated by money, Taylor reasoned, paying them more should prompt them to produce more. Meanwhile, the firm that analyzed the jobs and found better ways to perform them would be able to produce more goods cheaply, make higher profits, and thus pay and motivate the workers better than its competitors. Taylor's approach is known as a scientific management. Well, whatever Taylor proposed there is in fact understood, confirmed on the sound reasons of scientific management. His ideas captured the imagination of many managers in the early 20th century. Soon, manufacturing plants across the United States were hiring experts to perform time and motion studies. Industrial engineering techniques were applied to each facet of a job to determine how to perform it most efficiently. These studies were the first scientific attempts to break down jobs into easily repeated components. and to devise more efficient tools and machines for performing them.